teardrops start to dry. Even when the sun begins to shine again. Taking all the advice there is and none of it has helped. Experience has made me realize that I won't build my life on empty words. Being so damn naive, it only hurts. I'm so tired of love songs, life never turns out the way they do.
Hey everybody, it's Mickey, and I am really excited to be back with you all today. I've been gone for the month of October because my son had a bicycle accident, fractured his wrist, and shattered his tibia, and had to have surgery. I went out to Indiana the day after his accident to, help him out while he recovered and got back on his feet. I am so grateful for all your prayers and good thoughts during this time. Even under the circumstances, it was so good to spend this time with my boy, and seeing Indiana in the fall was really incredible. The trees literally looked like they were glowing. Now, since we got back last night, I have a bunch of errands to do today. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm getting my mop of a haircut. I'm going to be sharing with you some holiday decor hauls that I have, and I have such an awesome fall recipe for you. So if you're new here, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. We had just gotten home last night, and after I had, taken my shower, got unpacked, I came down to clean out the refrigerator so I can make my order for Walmart. So when I came down, this is basically what my refrigerator looked like. I don't think it has ever been this empty, though as you can pretty much see, I need everything. So I'm gonna head out to Walmart right now, get my groceries all picked up, and I will share with you what I got. This is my grocery order that I picked up at Walmart. I didn't get too crazy. I just wanted to get some food in the house, so like we can have some things for dinner. We'll have some stuff to make for breakfast and lunch. We're probably going to be heading out to Costco later on in the week, so that'll really fill up the pantry. Today I just picked up some staples, and I will show you what I got. So over here I got 5 cans of chicken broth. I'm going to be using this for some potato soup that we're going to be making later on today. I have some cream of chicken soup here. I picked up some organic chives. I have my favorite restaurant style salsa that I get from Walmart. This stuff is really, really good. If you love salsa and chips, or even for recipes, check this stuff out. It is so good. Under that, I have a big container of basil. I use basil and parsley pretty much like interchangeable. I put them in soups, on top of pasta, and all kinds of things that I make. Back here, I have 2 loaves of bread. I have 1 pumpernickel and just 1 honey wheat. Down here, I picked up a couple containers of Philadelphia cream cheese. We're going to use a little bit of that in our soup later. I have a couple Boboli pizza shells. I use these every week. These are my ultimate favorite lunch. We just put some tomato sauce on there with cheese, pepperoni, green peppers, and they really make a great lunch. I picked up a bag of frozen hash browns. This I think is 32 ounces. I'm going to be using this for my potato soup I'm going to be making in the crock pot. I have some egg noodles. I'll be making some chicken tetrazzini a little bit later on in the week. So I picked up some chicken breasts. I have some Italian sausage here. I'm going to be making some tomato sauce. Produce wise, I picked up some celery, a couple of white onions. I have a big package of mushrooms here. I'll be putting this in the tetrazzini and also in my tomato sauce. I have 1 zucchini, a couple red bell peppers. I have a couple green bell peppers here. I have a couple of these really beautiful Bosch pears. I got myself a dozen of eggs. I have a big 1-pound bag of shredded mozzarella and provolone cheese. I have some English muffins back here. I also picked up some whole milk ricotta cheese. I have some sour cream here, a large container of vanilla Greek yogurt. Back here I have a container of buttermilk. I'm going to be making some cornbread. I always put buttermilk in my cornbread. It just makes it so perfect and so delicious. I have some heavy whipping cream for another recipe that I will be doing this week. Over here I picked up some frozen broccoli and some frozen green peas. I have a bunch of organic bananas, and then under here I have some baby spinach. So that's everything that I picked up at Walmart today. I'm going to put this all away, and then I'll meet you back here in the kitchen for the best fall soup recipe. We are going to be trying a new recipe this morning. This recipe is for potato soup. Now, usually when I make potato soup, it's really an investment in time because you have to peel all the potatoes, dice them up really small. And this recipe I thought looked really simple because you can use frozen diced hash browns for this. So I have about a 32-ounce package of hash browns here that I left in my refrigerator last night to let them thaw out a little bit. You're also going to need about a half of a large onion chopped, a block of Philadelphia cream cheese, 2 cans of chicken broth, a can of cream of chicken soup, and your just regular seasonings, the kind that you like to use. I really like to have a good inventory of soup in my freezer. It's one of those things that you can just pull out. It doesn't take very long for it to thaw out, and you have a quick and easy dinner or lunch. Now, since I've been gone a whole month, my hubby has been home. He's been working the whole time, and he has done a really good job is working his way through the freezer. So it's kind of empty right now. So I'm going to be taking this next week. I'm going to be making a lot of freezer meals so we can stock it back up. And this potato soup is the first one that I'm going to try. So the first thing you want to do is spray your crock pot really well with some non-stick spray. And then we are going to add in our diced hash browns, and then our chopped onion, I'm going to stir this around just a little bit. And then we're going to add our cream of chicken soup. And our 2 cans of chicken broth. So I've given this a really good stir, and I've added in some black pepper, a little bit of dried ranch mix. I'm also going to add in some garlic powder, some Mrs. Dash, and then just a little sprinkle of some crushed red pepper flakes, just to give it just a little bit of heat. So we're going to mix this all together, and we're going to cook it on low for about 5 hours. I'm going to start it on high for at least an hour, and then I'm going to turn it down, and we'll see how long it takes. You're going to want to cook it until your little diced potatoes are really completely soft, that they can be stirred in together to make a really nice potato soup consistency. The other ingredient that you're going to be adding is your cream cheese, but we're going to let that sit on the counter for a little while to get nice and soft before we add it, and we're going to add that about a half hour before our soup is done. While I was away, I didn't really do a lot of shopping, but I did run into Michael's and Hobby Lobby and Target. So I wanted to show you what I picked up at Michael's. You know, every year I try to change things up just a little bit. I try to come up with a theme to build around, and this year I have really been into that fair isle look. That's what you call it in a sweater, but I'm not sure if you could call it the same thing if it has to do with home decor, but that's kind of the look that I'm going for. And Michael seemed to have a lot of things that would go along with that. So what I picked up were a few pieces that I think will go really well with what I already have, you know, in my Christmas stash. So I picked up 2 of these adorable red and white felt trees. You know, I love pine trees in any shape or form, and I had never seen trees like this before. I thought they were just so adorable. The color red is really a great color too, because sometimes it's hard to, you know, match different reds with, you know, your existing Christmas decor, and I thought this was a really nice neutral kind of red. I thought these would be perfect, you know, tucked in a corner somewhere as like a little accent piece, or, you know, on the table in my hallway. I just really loved them. Now you guys know that I really love ribbon. It's my favorite thing to decorate for all the seasons, and I wanted to stay in that red and white theme, so I found these 2 rolls of ribbon that really reminded me of those Fair Isle sweaters that I love so much. They even feel like they could be, you know, like that sweater material. So I got 2 rolls of these. I thought these would be perfect to make big fluffy bows, you know, probably matching it with like a black and white buffalo check. I thought would be really great, because I want to use more of a black, white, and red accent for this little theme that I'm building here. So with that in mind too, I found this adorable warm winter wishes sign. Michael's was having a really good sale, so I didn't mind picking up a sign there. I usually like to make my own signs these days, but sometimes when you find something that is just perfect, and when it's on sale like that, you can literally buy it for cheaper than you can making it on your own. So this was one that I thought would be really perfect fitting in with that theme. I also picked up this garland, which is like these little wooden nuggets. It looks like they almost resemble marshmallows in a way, and it has some iridescent snowflakes on it. I got 2 of these garlands, not quite sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I just thought they were so different and had that rustic look to it that I thought I could kind of weave it in with either where I'm going to put all these other pieces, or, you know, my decor is kind of that rustic look anyway for the holidays, so I knew I would be able to put it just about anywhere. I also picked up a package of these wood ornaments. They're like those little slices of wood. I go through a bunch of these every year. I use these for gift tags, for decor, for ornaments, all kinds of different things. I usually buy them on Amazon, but I picked these up because they were a very consistent size. They had the little hole drilled for the string, and it even came with some twine to use to, you know, attach them to packages or hang from a tree or whatever. So I picked up a package of this, which I think were 40% off. And also the last thing I picked up were these adorable little deer. They are a combo of like a wood backing with some galvanized metal. They have the twine bow with some bells on it. I picked up 3 of these because I thought these would be perfect to add to my wreaths that I always have in my hallway anyway. I like to change them out every year, and I thought something like this would be a great addition. And I'm also looking for some big wooden snowflakes to also hang on those wreaths to kind of pull everything together. So this is what I picked up at Michael's. I'm sure I will be heading to our local Michael's store to see if they have anything different that I can add to this, but I was really excited to find as much as I did, and it really got me in that holiday spirit. So I also ran into Target while I was in Indiana. This was a great store. They had so many different things than we have at our store locally. We have a super Target, which is great because, all those groceries and everything, but sometimes I don't think we get, the same merchandise as some of these other Target stores get. So I did hit the dollar spot, of course, and this is what I picked up. My most favorite thing that I got at Target was this little snowballs for sale sign. I just loved it. I thought it was so simple and perfect, and it's going to be within that color theme that I have going on, I think, for my front hallway. I know that I'm going to be putting a little pail somewhere around it that has sparkly little snowballs in it. I think this was, let me look. I think this was $5, and they had a bunch of little signs there. Of course, this was my favorite one. This is the only one that I brought home. I am really looking forward to hitting our local Target here to see any of the other ones that they have. I also picked up this little Hey Santa sign, which I think is really cute. I think this is perfect, for the little ones to lay out for Santa. You can give them, a little cup of milk and a favorite cookie. I just thought this was so cute, and I think it would look really perfect in a small little wreath, hung by the fireplace, just above, where you put your little plate full of cookies and reindeer food and mug of cocoa, for Santa. So I picked that up. I also grabbed one of these little Santa mailboxes. Now, you guys know every year I do a Christmas card exchange, and I always display all the cards that I get because I just think it's like one of my most favorite things about Christmas. And I have a couple little mailboxes and, tin envelopes and things like that. And I thought this would be perfect to display with all the Christmas cards. And it does come with a couple little note cards inside that, I will certainly put to good use, but I thought this was really cute, and it's that red and white color theme I have going. I also picked up one of these Santa boot stencils. This was something that we always did for our kids every Christmas Eve. It was the last thing that we did before we went to bed, like 3 a.m. in the morning. We would make shoe prints all over the house up to the Christmas tree, and I love the fact that there's this stencil now that you can use to make it so much easier, and it comes with this little powder and glitter shaker that you can use to make the footprints. I just think this is such a great idea. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with it, but when I saw it, I'm like, I'm going to snag that and put that away. I know it'll come in handy one day. Target had a lot of choices for tiered trays. I picked up a few things. They had this set, which I thought was just perfect. It has snowballs, fresh cut trees, and sleigh bells. It also had another set for pine cones, trees, and wood logs. So these will come in really handy for all my tiered trays. I do a lot of them during the holiday season all over the house, and you always need little things to stick on there just to add a little bit of color or interest. I also picked up a couple of these little bottles. This set I thought was just perfect. It has Santa cookies, reindeer, carrots, and little Santa hats. I think this will be really cute almost anywhere on the tiered trays, or just mixed in with all of the Christmas decor. And I also picked up 3 more. This one has a little bit of snow in it. This has some glitter Christmas trees, and this has some green candy canes. The last thing I grabbed was a set of little gnomes. These guys are so adorable. I think you can have them out, all winter long. They're in those non-traditional Christmas colors, so they can blend in, anytime during the season. So that is everything that I picked up at Target. Now I have a few other things to share with you. I got a lot of deliveries while I was away, and I want to share with you my, my winter DECOCRATED box. So while I was gone, the winter 2022 DECOCRATED box arrived. This is always one of my favorite things to share with you at the beginning of every season. This is a quarterly subscription box that comes with some of the most beautiful neutral decor that can easily be blended into anyone's home. They also do some holiday boxes for Christmas and Halloween. There's an Americana box. in the summertime, and they just have such beautiful things. So this one is all ready for winter 2022. I'm going to unbox it and I will share everything with you. The first piece in the box is this beautifully soft gray and white checkered throw. Neutral pieces like this are always great to have because you can layer them on your sofa, put them on the back of one of your dining room chairs, or just add it to a beautiful basket. I've layered it here on my favorite reading chair here in the living room. I have it nuzzled in with a cream knit blanket and an orange and gray pumpkin pillow. The next piece is this huge wooden snowflake that I have hung here on the antique door in my dining room. I love pieces like this. This is something that you can absolutely do a quick DIY with to match your decor perfectly. This would be the best piece for you to stain or to paint, and I think it would be just perfect in the middle of a wreath. Here I have a combo of a couple of the different pieces from this winter's box. You see that cozy throw that I showed you a little bit earlier, and also here is a pick of some beautiful winter greens. There's a pine cone, some pine, there's some eucalyptus here, and there's also this little ball of twigs, and it is just so perfect for the season. It's all bound together almost like a little bouquet. There down at the bottom, it's all held together with some twine, and it's just a lovely combination. Also in the box was this beautiful hanging basket. I love baskets like this. I think these are so perfect to do arrangements in for the season. You can add blankets, you can add books, a beautiful flower arrangement with a big fluffy bow. It's just perfect for any room in your home, and you can also just have it like tucked into an open shelf, or lay it on its side and have things like falling out of it. There's just so many options with a basket like this. It's really a great size, so it won't be, you know, this little miniature basket on a big door. It'll be perfectly proportioned for any of your entranceways. So I love baskets like this. They are so versatile and useful throughout the year. The last thing in the winter DECOCRATED box is this beautiful gray and white table runner. I just think items like this are so useful throughout the year. It really creates a great backdrop to almost any florals that you want to add to it. I love something like this for the winter, so you can add, you know, your pine picks and pine cones with like a little sparkle to represent the snow, and it is so large that you could either double it up like this or open it all the way up to fit just about any table. So this is everything that was in this winter 2022 DECOCRATED box. I hope that you enjoyed seeing everything that was included. I always love to see the combos that they put together. I have to say this color scheme is so soft and neutral, and it goes really well in my home, and I think that it would go really well in just about any home. So I'm going to leave links and a promo code down below in the description box for all of you. DECOCRATED is always so generous with my viewers, and if you would like to see more information about them, just check out the description box down below and you can go to their website online. So it's getting to be just about that time. The soup has been cooking for a couple hours now, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. At this point, you want your potatoes to have like kind of melted away, and there's no really big chunks, and that's just about where we are now. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to take our cream cheese that I have at room temperature. I'm going to add it to our soup, cook it for another 30 minutes, and it should be done. Here's the potato soup all done. It smells so great. It has a nice creamy texture with little chunks of potato. I've topped it with some cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives, and it is just perfect for a light dinner or a great lunch. I hope you guys will try this recipe out. I'm going to list it for you down below. It's super simple and super delicious. Thank you all so much for watching today and sticking with me through this last month. I have so much planned for us for the holiday season. You really don't want to miss anything. So be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at My Bashful Life. And please don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you all back as part of our YouTube family. So until I see you in the next video, I hope that you love the life that you have. Be kind to each other, stay safe, and I will see you again soon. Bye.